Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsa. Let's have a look at the headlines. India-Sri Lanka exchange key MOUs in Colombo. Sri Lanka sends disaster relief team to Myanmar. News in detail. In a significant boost to regional cooperation, India and Sri Lanka exchanged 7 key memorandum of understandings, marking a new chapter in bilateral relations over the weekend. The signing ceremony took place this morning at the Presidential Secretariat in Colombo in the presence of President Kumar Dissanayake and visiting Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
The agreements span multiple critical sectors including energy, digital transformation, defence, healthcare and development assistance, all aimed at strengthening Sri Lanka's national capacity and advancing shared goals between the two nations. Among the key highlights are an MOU to implement high-voltage direct current interconnection for cross-border power trade, a tri-party agreement between India, Sri Lanka and the United Arab Emirates for the development of Trincomalee as a regional energy hub, renewed commitments in defence, cooperation and pharmaceutical collaboration, and support for multi-sectoral development in Sri Lanka's eastern province under a special Indian grant. The agreements also include cooperation in sharing population-scale digital solutions, aligning with Sri Lanka's digital economy goals.
Sri Lanka has conferred its highest civilian honour, the Mitra Vibhushana, on Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The honour was presented by President Kumar Dissanayake during a special ceremony held at the Presidential Secretariat in Colombo on Saturday.
Accepting the award, Prime Minister Modi said it was not just a personal honour but a recognition shared by 1.4 billion Indians and a reflection of the historic ties and deep friendship between India and Sri Lanka. The Mitra Vibhushana, introduced in 2008, has only been awarded twice before, once to former Maldivian President Maumoon Abdul Gayoom and to the late Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat. The silver medal, worn around the neck, is embedded with 9 Sri Lankan gems and features symbols such as the lotus, the globe, the sun and moon, and sheaves of rice representing peace, unity and prosperity. Notably, the Dharma Chakra engraved on the medal reflects the shared Buddhist heritage that continues to shape the cultural and spiritual bond between the two nations.
As part of his official state visit to Sri Lanka, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited the sacred city of Anuradhapura this past weekend. The Prime Minister was welcomed by Foreign Minister Vijitha Herath and other senior officials before being accorded a ceremonial guard of honour by the Sri Lanka Air Force.
Together with President Dissanayake, Prime Minister Modi paid homage to the Jayasri Mahabodhi, a sacred symbol of shared Buddhist heritage. The leaders received blessings from the Mahasangha led by the Atamasthana-adhipati, the most venerable Dr. Pallegama Hemaratana Nayakathero, who also engaged with Prime Minister in a cordial discussion. During their meeting, Prime Minister Modi shared a significant revelation, relics of the Buddha discovered in his home state of Gujarat in the 1960s, and expressed willingness to explore exhibiting these sacred relics in Sri Lanka, reinforcing ties rooted in spiritual legacy. In response to a special request from the Mahanayakathera, the Prime Minister also pledged to support the development of Bodh Gaya as a spiritual city following discussions with the Sri Lankan President. Adding to the significance of the occasion, Prime Minister Modi inaugurated the newly built Makara Thorana at the sacred Bodhi premises and left a commemorative message in the special guest book.
Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi further continued his engagements in Sri Lanka, meeting a cross-section of leaders and notable personalities.
Prime Minister Modi met with leaders representing the upcountry Tamil community, including CWC President Senthil Thondaman, General Secretary MP Jeevan Thondaman, and Tamil Progressive Alliance MPs Mano Ganesan, Palani Digambaran and V. Radhakrishnan. During the meeting, the CWC requested India's support to introduce a healthcare insurance scheme for Sri Lanka's plantation community, modelled on India's own life insurance plan that provides coverage up to INR 500,000. In a symbolic moment celebrating cultural and sporting ties, Prime Minister Modi also met with members of Sri Lanka's legendary 1996 Cricket World Cup winning team. Prime Minister Modi also met with opposition leader Sajith Premadasa for discussions centred on further strengthening India-Sri Lanka bilateral ties.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi successfully concluded his state visit to Sri Lanka, departing from the Anuradhapura Air Force Base on Sunday. The visit took place from the 4th to the 6th of April at the invitation of President Kumar Dissanayake.
This was Prime Minister Modi's fourth official visit to the island, further cementing Sri Lanka's place in India's neighbourhood first policy and Mahasagar vision for the regional cooperation. The Indian delegation, which included External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jayasankar, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri, held high-level discussions across key sectors from energy and health to digitalization and defense. The visit is expected to yield tangible results in the near future, with collaborative projects geared towards mutual development and sustainable progress.
A specialized disaster relief team from the Sri Lanka Triforces has departed for Myanmar recently to assist those affected by the recent earthquake. The 26-member team, led by Brigadier Punya Karunathilaka, includes medical and emergency response personnel from the Army, Navy and Air Force.
The mission is being carried out under the supervision of Defence Secretary Air Vice Marshal Sampath Toyakonta, with swift coordination from the Tri-Service commanders. In addition to personnel, critical supplies including medical aid and essential items donated by the people of Sri Lanka under the guidance of Mahasangha and chief prelates of the three Buddhist chapters have also been sent to Myanmar, a country with long outstanding spiritual and cultural ties to Sri Lanka. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, along with Sri Lankan Airlines, played a key role in facilitating the diplomatic and logistical agreements of this humanitarian effort.
Stay tuned for stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today. The All Share Price Index dropped by 712.9 points to close at 14,660.45, and the S&P SL20 dropped by 268.51 points to close at 4,264.84. The turnover was over 6.4 billion rupees and over 188 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex trades. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.